Hello class. Today we will conduct experiment on digital multimeter. Aim of the experiment to study about digital multimeter apparatus required for today's experiment. A DMM is the ability to measure a AC voltage can be limited by the frequency of the signal. Most of DMMs can accurately measure AC voltage with frequency from 50 Hz to 500 Hz. But a DMM's AC measurements bandwidth may be 100 of kilohertz wide. Such a meter may read a higher value because it's seeing more of a complex AC signal. DMM accuracy specification for AC voltage and AC current should state the frequency range along with the range of accuracy. Procedure: how to make voltage measurement. Select the knob position in VSC or VDC as desired. Plug the black test probe into COM input jack. Plug the red test probe into V input jack. If the DMM has manual ranging only, select the highest range so as to not overload the input. Touch the probe tips to the circuit across a load or power source in parallel to the circuit. View the readings, being sure to note the unit of measurements. Note, for DC readings of the correct polarity, touch the red test probe to the positive side of the circuit and the black probe to the negative side of the circuit or ground. If you reverse the connection, a DMM with autopolarity will display the minus sign indicating negative polarity. With an analog meter, your risks may damaging the meter. 1 by 1000 volt, that is equals to 1 millivolt. 1000 volt, you can say also it is known as 1 kilovolt. High voltage probes are available for TV and CRT repair, where voltage can reach up to 40 kV. For safety precautions, those probes are not intended for a electrical utility application in which high voltage is also accompanied by high energy. Rather, they are intended for use in low energy applications. Resistance and continuity of diodes. Resistance is measured in ohms. Resistance value can vary greatly from few milliohms for contact resistance of billions of ohms for insulators. Most DMMs measure down to down to zero point 0.1 ohms, and some measures as high as 300 mega ohms or 300 into 10 to the power 6 ohms. Infinite resistance open circuit is read as OL or 1 and measure the resistance in greater than the meter can measure. Resistance measurement must be made with the circuit power off, otherwise the meter or circuits could be damaged. Some DMMs provide protection in the ohms mode in case of accidental contact with the voltage. The level of protection may vary greatly among with different DMM models. For accurate low resistance measurement, resistance in the test leads must be subtracted from the total resistance measured. Typical test lead resistance is between zero point 0.2 ohms and zero point 0.5 ohms. If the resistance in the test lead is greater than 1 ohms, the test lead should be replaced. If the DMM supply is less than zero point 0.6 volt DC test voltage for measuring the resistance, it will be able to measure the value of resistors that are isolated in a circuit by diodes or semiconductor junctions. This often allow you to test resistor on a circuit board without unsoldering them. How to make resistance measurement? Turn off power to the circuit. Select resistance ohms. Plug the black test probe into COM input jack. Plug the red test probe into ohm input jack. Connect the probes tips across the component or portion of the circuit for which you want to determine the resistance. View the readings being sure to the unit of measurement ohms, kiloohms, and megaohms. Make sure the power is off before making measurements. Continuity. Continuity is a quick go, no go resistance test that distinguishes between an open and closed circuit. A DMM with a continuity before beef allows to complete many continuity tests easily and quickly. The meter beeps when it detects a closed circuit, so you don't have to look at the meter as you test. The level of resistance required to trigger the beeper varies from model to model of DMM. Diode test. A diode is like an electric switch. It can be turned on if the voltage is over a certain level, generally about zero point 0.6 volt for a silicon diode, and it allows the current flow in one direction. When checking the condition of diode or transistor junction, an analog VO, VOM not only gives widely varying reading but can drive current up to 50 milliampere through the junction. Some of DMMs have a diode test mode. This mode measures and displays the actual voltage drop across a junction. A silicon junction should have a voltage drop less than zero point 0.7 volt when applied in the forward direction and open circuit when applied in reverse direction. DC and AC current measurement. Measuring current. Current measurements are different from the DMM measurements. Current measurements taken with a DMM alone require placing the meter in series with the circuit being measured. This means opening the circuit and using the DMM test leads to complete the circuit. This way, all the circuit current flows through the DMM's circuitry. An indirect method of measuring current on a DMM can be performed using current probe. The probe clamps around the outside of the conductor, thus avoiding opening the circuit and connecting the DMMs in series. How to make current measurement? Turn up power to the circuit. Cut or unsolder the circuit, creating a place where the meter probe can be inserted. Select Select A or ADC as desired. Plug the black test probe into COM input jack. Plug the red probe into the amp or milliamp input jack, depending on the expected value of the readings. Connect the probe tips to the circuit across the break so that all the current will flow through the DMM, a series connection. Turn the circuit power back on. View the reading, being sure to note the unit of measurement. Input protection. A common mistake is to leave the test leads plugged into current input jack and then attempt a voltage measurement. This causes a direct short circuit across the source voltage through a low value resistor inside the DMM, called a current shunt. A high current flows through the DMM, and if it is not adequately protected, can cause extreme damage to both the DMM and the circuit, and possibly injure to the operator. Extremely high fault current can occur if industrial high voltage circuit are involved 240 volt or higher. A DMM should therefore have current input fuse protection for high enough capacity for the circuit being measured. Meter without fuse protection in the current input should not be used on high energy electrical circuit. Those DMM that do use fuse should have a fuse with sufficient capacity to clear high energy fault. The voltage rating of the meter fuses should be greater than the maximum voltage you expect to measure. For example, a 20 ampere 250 volt fuse may not be able to clear a fault inside the meter when the meter is across a 480 volt circuit. A 20 ampere 600 volt fuse would be needed to clear the fault on a 480 volt circuit. Current probe accessories. Sometimes you may have to make current measurement that exceed the ratings of your DMM, or the situation does not allow to open the circuit to measure the current. In this higher current application, uh, where high accuracy is not needed, a current probe is very useful. A current probe clamps around the conductor carrying the current, and it converts the measure value to a level the meter can handle. There are two basic types of current probes: current transformers, which are used to measure AC currents only, and Hall effect probes, which are used to measure AC or DC currents. The output of a current transformer is typically 1 milliamp per ampere. A 100 amp value is reduced to 100 milliamps, which can be safely measured by most of DMMs. The probe lead are connected to the milliampere and COM input jacks, and the meter function switch is set to milliampere AC. The output of a Hall effect probe is 1 millivolt per ampere AC or DC. For example, 100 ampere AC is converted to 100 millivolt AC. These probe leads are connected to V and COM jacks. Set the meter function switch to the V or MV scale. Selecting V AC for AC current, V for DC current measurement. The meter displays 1 millivolt for every amp measured. Safety. Multimeter safety. Making the measurement safely starts with choosing the proper meter for the application as well as the environment in which the meter will be used. Once the proper meter has been chosen, you should use it by following good measurement procedures. Carefully read the instrument user manual before use, paying particular attention to warning and sections. The International Technical Commission (IEC) established safety standards for working on electrical system. Make sure you are using a meter that meets the IEC category and voltage rating approved for the environment where the measurement is to be made. For instance, if a voltage measured needs to be made in a electrical panel with 480 volt, then a meter rated category 3 600 volt or 1000 V should be used. This means the input circuitry of the meter has been designed to assign voltage transits commonly found in the environment without harming the user. Choosing a meter which this rating which is also has a UL, CSA, VT or TUV certification means the meter not only has been designed to IEC standards but has been independently tested and meets those standards. Common situation that leads to DMM failure. Contacts with AC power source while test leads are plugged into current jacks. Contacts with AC power source while the in resistance mode. Exposure of high voltage tangents exceeding the maximum input limitations, voltage and currents. Types of DMM protection circuits. Protection with automatic recovery. Some meters have circuitry that detects an overload condition and protects the meter until the condition no longer exists. After the overload is removed, the DMM automatically returns to normal operation. Usually used to protect the Ohm's function from the voltage overloads. Protection without automatic recovery. Some meters will detect an overload condition and protect the meter, but will not recover until the operator performs an operation on the meter, such as replacing a fuse. Look for the safety feature in DMM. Fused current input. Use of high energy fuses 600 volts or more. High voltage protection in resistance mode for 500 volts or more. Protection against voltage tangents 6 kV or more. Safety design test leads with finger guards and surround surrounding terminals. Independent safety organization approval listing that is UL or CS. You can see this is the digital multimeter. This switch is on or off for this multimeter, and you can see this four terminal is there, and this is come for all the three terminals or input terminals or testing probe. In this point, you can measure voltage as well as resistance. In this point, you can measure milliampere of AC and DC as well as capacitance. So if you connect in this testing probe or this terminal, it can measure up to 20 ampere AC and DC both. So by varying this position, you can change as your required or desired position for measurement of resistance, voltage, or AC voltage, DC voltage, AC ampere or DC ampere, and
Also you can measure or you can test the in this position the transistors HAP or hybrid forward emitter. For this HAP, for data sheet of the transistor, you can find out the what is the for a particular number NPR or PNP, what is the HAP, and as per that also you can verify it's a working condition or not. So as for that way, so this COM probe is black for all this is common, or you can say COM, and this red one is positive, or you can for as per a requirement of voltage and resistance you are putting here in this point. So in this point, first of all, before starting, so you can see from this 200 to 200 mega m. So you can this position by changing this knob, you can measure or you can test the resistance from this 200 m to 1000. This is DC voltage. The line is straight line, so it shows it's a DC voltage. After this yellow lines or yellow colors, it shows 750 to 200 m. So it can in this position you can measure the AC voltage. So as I already said, this in this point you can test the transistor HAP values or beta values. So from in this green point, so this is from 200 micro to 200 nano. In this position, you can measure or you can find the capacitance of capacitor. So in this yellow colors, you can measure the AC ampere. So this is 20 ampere, then 200 milli, 20 milli, and 2 milli. So in this way, in this white one, so this is you can measure in this point DC ampere. There's a 2 milliampere to 20 ampere. So this red one is you can this point you can find or test the continuity and the you can you can test also the diode PN junction diode. So first of all start from this red mark on or you can for this resistance. So first of all you find out the resistance to this connecting probe. So it should be less than 1. It should be less than 1. So if you connect these two positions, so you can see it is less something less than, or you can keep it. So it is showing something 1.1 it is so if you connect like this way it is showing something 1.1.5, but anyway it should be less than 1. Or if this resistance what resistance is showing, when we are calculating that resistance we have to minus that what we are measuring the resistance value. So keep in mind, so it's showing some 1.2 ohms. First of all you have to find out the continuity of a connector. So for that you have to rotate the knob to this diode position. In this position we have in terminals this connecting wire, in this connecting terminals two terminals is there. So you have to put like this way, and you can see you can listen the beep sound is there. That means it's a continuity is there, and same time it is also measuring some that resistance also, but that resistance is not perfect one. It is showing something it is so anyway this is the in this position you can find out or you can check the continuity of test for particular conductor. So after this you can go for the diode testing. So this is the PN junction diode, and this terminal is known as P terminals and N terminal and anode or cathodes by seeing this color coding, white color coding. So this is the P means positive and N means it is negative. So like this way, if we put like this way, it is showing some zero point 0.4 volts. So that means it's working condition, or if you reverse this way, it will not show anything. Similarly, if for this genodiode also, so like this way if you put, so it is also showing some zero point 0.6 volts. So this way you can test the genodiodes or diodes. Or suppose we are to measure the resistance. So in this position, so this is the different resistance is here. You can find out the resistance, particular resistance value like this way. So it is shows 6.8 kilo K. Similarly, all the resistance are same values. It's so all are saying same result, 6.8 K. Suppose you want to measure as per this panel. If this panel is written, this is 1K. So this is 1K. So in this way, you can put the say 1K resistance we are measuring. So we have to put the probe between these 2 points, and here also you can multimeter it also showing 1K. So if you put in 2K position also, that same reading will, it is more accurate, or see 1.00 or 1.001. So if you put in 200 position, so it will show it will be on the position, or it will mark as 1. So in this way it should be perfect position, so that you can measure the perfect one. Suppose you want to measure 100K. So this is the 100K, it's written here. So in resistance, when you measure also, it will in multimeter it will show also 100K. So in that way, so in this it's now it's in 2K. So now in 20K, 200K. So you can see it's showing 100.3 ohms. So 0.3 ohms means it's due to tolerance. It can be positive one or negative one. So in this panel also, you can see here you can measure it only 10 ohms. So in that point also you can measure 10 ohms. After that you have to change this knob to it's 1K. So 100, suppose you want to measure, this is 1K. If you want to measure 4.7K, so it will be so, it is in 2K, so it's showing 1. So you can see it's for 4.69. Similarly, if you want to measure in on 10K, so you can see 9.94K. Suppose you want to measure in this point 100K. So if you have to put this probe between these 2 points, and this knob in 200K point. That means it is showing more than. See, it's written 100K, but it's showing 126 point. In fact, it's, yes, it's varying. So you can see it is 126 point something. So it's written something and it's showing something. So that's some error is there, or maybe it's what is written is something different. Now you want to measure this voltage. It's a DC voltage. So you can measure DC voltage by putting this position here, and again this in this panel. So in this panel you can see here it's a plus 12 volt fixed one, minus 12 volt, plus 5 volt, and ground. So in ground means that is common one. So you have to put this ground part probe in ground position, and this knob, be sure it is in your maximum voltage is 12 volt. So we are putting this knob in 12 volt position. Now this positive one, the positive probe in 12 volt position. See, it's showing 11.39. So now we have to measure minus 12 volt. You can see it's showing minus 11.54. Suppose you want to measure plus 5 volt, so we have to put the probe in that position. You can measure, and it's showing 4.76 volt. And now, so you want to measure in this AC voltage. So in this AC voltage, so you can see it's a transformer and it's a step down transformer. It shows 6 volt, 0 volt, and 6 volt. So in 0 volt you can use at a come, and this 6 volt like this way. Be sure that it is, if you are measuring 6 volt means it is more than that. So you are putting in 20 volt. So it is showing 6.7, 7, 8, 7, 6.7. Suppose if it is in DC position, so it will not show anything, or it will show some different one. So be sure it is should be when we are changing these knobs, that time be sure this is in opposition or you are not testing anything. So in 20 this position you can see, you can measure, and this is it shows 6.73. And if you measure peak to peak, it should be 6 and 6 12 volts should be there, and you can see it is showing 13.4. So this way. And if you want to measure the our input AC supply, that is something 200, more than 200, so you have to put in 750. And if you put this knob in our this AC plugs, so you can see this is our AC supply, and it's showing something 220 volts, that is AC1. Now if you want to measure the next one is this HFE. So different transistor is there in HFE, and you have to put that emitter. You can see this is emitter, collector base, and emitter again, NPN and PNP. Same thing is here, ECBE, emitter, collector base, and emitter. So suppose this is the transistor of or PNP, and if you put like this way, this all the pins will go inside of this multimeter. So it shows this is the NPN transistor, and the beta value or HAP value, it's 115. That means it's working condition, and you can also find out which one is, this is the emitter, collector, and base. Like this way, if you put like this way, so it will show the HIP value. If you put any other position, so it will not show anything. Like this way, it will not show anything. So be sure that it's if you have to put in proper position like this way, it will show beyond the limits. So this is the NPN transistor, and this is the ECB position. You have to put the transistor like this way, and it's showing 115 volt, yeah, 115 beta equals to 115. As for the data sheet, you can find out the transistor's HAP value. It should be lies between that point. That after that only you can ensure that this transistor is working. Like then that way also, so many transistors is there, you can find the beta value and can verify. After that, this capacitance is there, so you can, in this position the capacitance is there. So this is, you can see 200 microfarad. For measuring this microfarad, you have to change this now position from this point to this point. And you can see here also, in this point it is also written CX. These two terminals should be connected in this way. So in this point you can measure the value of capacity. So in this point in this terminal of this the different small capacitor is there. So if you put like this way the probe, see it's showing 24.5 nanofarads. So similarly both three capacitors same. So it is showing 24 24 nanofarad. In this panel also, in this way it is in this panel you can see this is 0.1 micro. If you put like this way you can measure. So be sure and see it's showing something. So it's showing 0. We are measuring 0.1 micro, and also this knob position is 20 micro, and it is showing 0.13. So this is the microfarad value we are measuring. So here also 0.01, and suppose you want to measure some different capacitor value. In this panel you have like this way 100 micro. You can see 100, it's 100 micro, and this is electrolyte, so it's marked as positive and negative. So in this way we have to put the positive probe like this way, and you have to so, so it is where this capacitor value showing is 90.4 micro. Like this way both it's four same capacitor value is there. So it is 95 is showing, same four capacitor is there. It's showing 82. It is saying 93. Some maybe some tolerance is there. Anyway, this so all the four capacitors is working. You are measuring same time. Also, you can say it's you are testing also. The value is showing means it's by that that way also you can say it's testing. We are testing and it's working perfectly. So next one is you can measure the this AC ampere. So this is 2 milliampere, 200 milliampere, and 200 milli. Like this way, it is you have to measure the AC amperes. For that, this is the step down transformer. This is the 6 volt is there. We are connecting, and again, so this is same multimeter we are using. This is and we are using some resistance value. So suppose we are using 1K. So we are connecting from that this point to see this ammeter is always connected in series. So this one terminal is connected to one end of the ammeter, another end of the ammeter is connected to the resistance of the one end of the resistance terminal, another end is going to neutrals, or you can say another end of the transformer. So this way the ammeter is connected in series, and what this much of current is flowing through the circuit. So it's showing some 78 point. It is showing some 1 point. It's showing 6.6 milliampere. So ammeter is connected in series, and be sure that when you are measuring, it should be in ampere position, and both are connected. This com and milliampere. This testing port should be connected in proper position. So in this way, you can measure the AC ampere. Suppose you want to measure the DC ampere. So for that only, you will change this terminal to DC position, and again this is connected to ground, and you are using this 5 volt DC supply. See. Now in AC signal, instead of AC signal, you are using 5 volt DC supply. So you can see this is 4.8 milliampere is flowing through same resistance. See, same resistance you are connected here, 1K, and only you will changes the supply or the input. Previously you were using AC signal, now you are using the DC one. Suppose if you change this 5 volt to plus 12 volt, so we can see the current is increased. If you use minus 12 volt, so the current will be minus. The polarity will be minus. So that's why it's showing minus. So similarly, you can measure. Now suppose you want to measure.
सर इसको थोड़ा वापस आगे कर लेना.
So I think all the things is completed. Only thing is there. You can test the LEDs. In this panel we have the LEDs. You can check the LEDs. For checking the LEDs, the knob position should be in diode position. That means it 1 milliampere can flow through these knobs. So you can see it's glowing. So that means the LED is working. So this way you can measure or you can test the resistance value, DC voltage, AC voltage, transistor HIP, capacitance value, AC ampere, DC ampere. Same point we are coming here, the DC point. So we are not measuring 20 ampere value because its high is a very huge current, and if you are interested to measure, then this probe should be connected in this position, and it should be connected in series. So in this video also you can see the how the voltmeter is connected, how you can measure the voltage. Same time you can measure the ampere or current through the circuit. You can see the how you can the meter also connected in series. So both series and parallel connection you can learn here. So this way in multimeter so many parameters can be measured or can be tested. Okay, thank you very much.